Let's get started with today's Monday morning message. Your 20-minute cure to Monday blues. Today, I want to be speaking about time management. So when I say the word time management, everybody's intrigued. Everybody's like, oh my God, yes, how do I manage my time? I suck at managing my time. I'm very poor with managing my time. I don't know how to manage my time. I want to manage my time better. Yes or yes? All such things come up. Yes or yes? I need to get better at time management. I've heard that from so many people. Some sessions that I've been leading for people to better their productivity and implementation, they've been always saying this. I need to get better at time management. But guys, let me tell you one thing. How many of you want to manage time better? How many of you want to manage time better? I'm going to tell you one thing right now, and this problem for you is going to be solved forever. Is that a bold statement? Your time management problem is going to be solved forever. How many of you want to manage time better? I'm going to say one thing, and your problem is going to be solved forever. Let me tell you. You cannot manage time. You cannot manage time. There is nothing called time management. Time management is a myth. Time management is impossible. Rory Vaden, an author, he says this in his TED Talk as well. Time management is a myth. Time management is not possible. Let me ask you something. Can you manage something that you cannot control? Is it possible to manage something you do not control? Can you manage a business that you do not control or have any say over? Can you manage a home that you don't live in and you have no control over? So how can we manage time? Time is something that does its own works. The clock is ticking just like that, and even if the clock is not ticking and stuck, time is still passing. Time goes on for everybody and anybody without management. It's so efficient. It does not need oiling. It doesn't need someone to fix the gears. It doesn't break down. It keeps going and going. And hence, you cannot manage time. Time is doing its own thing. Yes or yes? Making sense? Whoa, that's a mental shift. We've been told, manage time, manage time, manage time, manage time. And we've been trying to manage this unmanageable thing, this external thing that goes on by its own, and you always feel you're running out and you're not caught up because you have to manage time, and it's impossible to manage time. In fact, nobody can manage time. You cannot manage time and increase the number of hours in the day. You cannot manage time and decrease the number of hours in the day. The day keeps going. Time management is a myth. Time management is impossible. Time cannot be managed. That's a great start. That's a great start. That's a great realization. That's a wow moment, right? So hence, what do we do to better our lives? What can be managed? Guys, time management is a myth. What can be managed is this one. There is only self-management and priority management. Can we start there? Yes. Time management is a myth. Time cannot be managed. We don't have control over it. There's only self. This is what we have control over. And our priorities we can manage. And so today, I want to be talking about self and priority management. That's what we actually need, not time management. And what does self and priority management mean? What is priority management? In the words of Mahatriya, a famous speaker from South India, he says, a time for everything and everything in its time. That's all it is in one line. A time for everything and everything in its time. Guys, I've noticed in the journey of time management, self-management, priority management, that we got our priorities confused, and that's why we don't create time and find time for ourselves. The main problem is we got our priorities confused. Let me give you an example. I have noticed that people have specific, absolutely spot on time for something that's totally inconsequential. A new movie is going to release on Netflix at 7 p.m. and you're all ready and geared up, and you have to go to the movie at 7 p.m. and watch the movie. You could have watched the movie anytime. In the long run, it's totally inconsequential. But for something that will not have such a long-term impact, you're absolutely spot on time. You're absolutely spot on time. 7 p.m. movie's releasing. Oh my God, we have to watch it. But for something that might have a long-term consequence, we decided that we're going to work out today. And because something came up, we decided to totally drop it and didn't work out, thinking we'll do it tomorrow. Something that would have a long-term impact and something that is so much more consequential, taking care of the physical health, we dropped off. So, time management is a myth. Priority management is important. What is priority management? A time for everything and everything in its time. But we got our priorities confused, and that is where we struggle with finding time and creating time. I have noticed people, especially in India, they are like 30, 40-year-old, 50-year-old businessmen. They're in their office and their wife calls. And they pick up the call and be like, "Hey, why are you disturbing me? What's up?" And the wife, the housewife, who's maybe trying to take care of the husband, she's just going to be like, "Hey, like, I just wanted to see if you've had lunch." And they're going to be all rude and say like, "Oh, I've had lunch, like, don't disturb me in the middle of the day," and cut the call. And then one of their friends call and they're going to be like, hey, what's up? "Yeah, actually I'm just at work, man. Yeah, how's everything going with you?" You know what I mean? You know what that shows me? They got their priorities changed. They got their priorities intertwined. Somebody who they decided to spend the rest of their life with, they are not able to give quality 2 minutes and be okay with them calling and attend their call peacefully in the middle of whatever their work day. But if a friend calls, they are happy to take the call. That shows me that priorities are, because the friend might be a good friend and that's great too, but your wife is your life partner and you got your priorities messed up. And you're not able to create time. That's why you struggle with time, because the priorities are messed up. Everything in its time, and a time for everything. For all inconsequential things, for all things that are not so important, we do it right on time. Watching the news at 9 p.m, break news time. This news is just going to fill our head with garbage, but we watch it spot on time at 9 o'clock. Right? But we had an important class to attend. We had something important that we needed to watch. And we had decided that we're going to do it today at 4 p.m. after the workload gets less, so that we can research and learn about something new. And we don't do it. We drop it off because something came up. That important thing that you were going to learn was going to impact your life for the rest of your life. But we decided not to do it. So you guys get what I mean. Priorities are messed up. Do you agree? Can you think of examples in your life? And I can think of examples in my life as well where this exhibits. I want to wake up early in the morning, get started during the day and go for it. And that's something important in my life. It is very consequential for me. But personally, since the past couple weeks, I've been struggling to wake up early. And I'm getting that priority confused with so many other things. A time for everything and everything its time. Right? So guys, priority management is the key to be able to create time and more time freedom for yourself. We are giving our time away to things that are non-consequential, and hence at the end of the day feeling like it was all busy but not accomplished. But if we actually take our time and give it to things that are consequential, that have an impact, even if you get less done, you get the more important things done, and at the end of the day you have this feeling of accomplishment. You have this feeling that you created some sense and made good use of your time. And that's what's important. It's about the feeling rather than getting 20 things done off the to-do list, because you can get 20 things done off the to-do list, but none of them are consequential in the long run, and it won't give you a feeling of satisfaction. But if you get even 2 things done on the to-do list, but they are of great importance and impact and gravity, they're of great priority, that's when at the end of the day you have that feeling of accomplishment that we are searching for. You have that feeling that you made good use of time. And hence, in the evening when you go back home after work, you don't feel guilty to spend quality time with your family or do other things that you enjoy, because you had that feeling of accomplishment, because you used your priority management skills to prioritize important things. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think about this, all that we shared? Can you think of examples where you think we got our priorities messed up? It's okay to procrastinate, but it's okay to procrastinate things that are not so consequential, like watching the Netflix or the Amazon Prime show that just came out. Some of us are spoiling our next day because something came out today at 9 p.m. and we got to watch the whole of the show. How consequential is that going to be for the rest of our life and the week? And we're using that to totally spoil the next day and the day after, and totally mess our priorities up. I think some of us have started to prioritize Netflix and Amazon Prime more than our family members or our friends, more than our health. It's crazy. Life is actually not so much about time management, it's about priority management, because nobody can manage time. This is all from my side. Let me summarize real quick. Time management is a myth. You cannot manage time. Time you have no control over. Time goes on, does its own job, whether you are anybody, whether you're a yogi, whether you're a businessman, whether you're a carpenter, whether you're a social media influencer, whether you are somebody like me who likes to come and talk and make videos, whoever you are. Time just keeps going on. So we've always been taught time management, but time management is not possible. It's a myth. What we can actually manage is ourselves, what we have control over, and our priorities. How do we manage priorities? A simple line: a time for everything and everything in its time. I'm always happy to be here live Monday 9 a.m. India time with you guys, sharing a new message, and I can't wait to continue that.